Welcome back to Brown Town. I don't like that name. Never mind. Supportive apparatus. Whoa, I'm in the Sydney Opera House, but deconstructed like an expensive meal. I saw the menu. I did go to an expensive multi-course meal place a few years ago. A couple years ago? I don't know. Last year? I was invited to a thingy. And I hated it. I hated it. The food was so fucking weird. And I just want to eat a meal. And I don't like having to dress up and then be all nervous about whether or not I belong here and have this weird feeling that I'm out of place. It is an unpleasant experience. Do not recommend. Alright, well I don't like that sound, so I'm gonna go ahead and not have the constant buzz noise happen. I see you in there. But how do I get you out here? There's another connector here. So red beam from there to there will get that door to open. The red beam from there to there will get you this thing to come out here with the box, which would be nice. You can shoot it directly from here. Yeah, I guess that's what you do. Because I don't need to go in there. I just need the thingy to come out here. Go. Thank you. It can go all the way down there, but I don't know why I'd want it to go all the way down there. I think what I want is to put you over here and then come over here and get the box and put you over there and put the box in there, and now the thing's open. Whoa. Hey. And our goal is to Okay, there we go. Got it. Trying to figure out what I was supposed to do there. At first I didn't recognize that being there, so I was just kind of pushing things together and hoping things work out. Womp womp. Okay, so that needs to have red on it. Which very well may need me to move this to the end of the thing. Maybe. But I'm less than sure about most things, because I'm not confident about anything. No. No. It's not fair. Okay. How do I do it? Just go on top of the box. Why can't you put a box on a thing? Okay, there's no shelf in there, so I can't stay on top of something. There's nothing to stand on top of, but I can't stand on the box, because the whole goal is to do this thing in the first place. I guess that'd be too easy. Let's ignore the surrounding level, I guess, and just see if it's just about having two of these. Like, whoa. Got a jacket, gorgeous winter in the summerstead. All the lies I told about me, they were totally, totally, totally true. Ba-da, da-da-da. If I could shoot beam from like there to like here, which I can't because there's a wall in the way, then I could make the next one just go down there because this connector could just be over here at the end. This is as close as you can. But this can't do it because there's a wall here in the way. And this isn't gonna fix that. That's the only red source, right? Right. I just want to shoot the laser from there to there. Why is this so difficult? Okay, nothing else inside there. What am I missing? I don't know what I'm doing. It doesn't make it over the fence, just barely. But I can't. Maybe you take this box to make a tall laser. Is that how you solve the puzzle? There it is. Okay. I'm a fool. Off to puzzle 3. Ta-da! Automatic doors, blue. Yeah, so that's the thing where it goes from, this is the color inverter, so it's only usable for opening red right now, because we have a blue laser, and I get to grab you to do something. Whoa. Unlimited power. What is my goal? I want, so red laser in there would be good. Do I want this thing coming out here then? I don't know. Okay, well that's opening, which is good. But I need blue. Very important that I need the blue. Okay. Do 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 do. Except now there's the minor problem, which is that I can now go over here, but I can't yet. Gotta get that red beam, and that angle is too deep, shallow, whatever. So I cannot get a view of the outside level. So I do need to have a thing on top of the platform that shoots the red beam, which is a problem because the thing's powered by a red beam, and then the thing that makes the red beam that powers it can't be on top of it because it cannot shoot down onto its own platform. We have confirmed this already. Shit. And I can't make that jump. That's really the biggest problem. If I can make that jump, it's all over. Just a hit. Nope. I don't think that's happening. Tantalizingly close, though. Really makes you question the whole thing. Anyway. Bonk. Yep, that's not going anywhere. That don't work that way. Also would not be able to maintain contact from the place to the thing. Which is its own problem. Also, if it's on top of this thing, that door closes and several other problems happen. And I can't take these through this barrier. Okay, so all the laser connectors I have can't go to that side of the level. Because there's nothing to put them on over here to make that part work and so on. Gotta make that connection stop breaking. For all that matters. I can open that door pretty easily with the other connector, but then I can't get over there. Because this door also needs to be open. So how do I keep this door open and that door open at the same time? That's an inverter. And there's no red beam turn into a blue thing. So there's no going back. There's no second inverter, and there's no beam that starts blue, starts red. So the only source of red is here, and I needed to open the door. So how am I also gonna get a red beam up here? Without letting that door close. It's a struggle, I tell ya. A right struggle. I can't take you through this or that. Actually, I'm very smart and right about things all the time. It's a moving platform. It can do both. It can open this door over here, and then it can come over here and open this door when it moves back over there. That's the whole point. I feel directly called out. I've said again and again and again how I struggle to solve puzzles that require you to keep... Like, I often try to, like, come up with the solution that opens up all my problems at the same time and, like, sort of solves the entire level. And so it can be weird to think about solutions that are moving, like they're not fixed. And you have to try to process that and make that work. That's weird. Alcatraz.
What can I do for you?
Do you think the goal is a myth?
It's possible. I won't trust Prometheus until he actually leads us to Byron, but yeah, seems likely. But even if it is a myth, that doesn't mean we can just abandon it. Myths can contain elements of truth, and I think this one exists for a reason. Maybe we had to create this imaginary founder because the real one lost her way.
Are you sure the founder lost her way?
It's the only way I can explain what she's built here. She got wrapped up in her ideas and lost all sense of perspective.
What are your thoughts on the theory of everything?
People have thought they understood everything before. Obviously, Athena has unlocked tremendous powers, but forgive me if I'm skeptical that her theory really encompasses everything.
You're right. There are limits to our ability to know. No. I mean, like, but what if it does?
Then I don't think it's something we need to know. We're not going to find happiness or meaning in some equation, 1K.
What do you make of Cryer?
Byron couldn't stand him. Have you ever tried asking the mayor a difficult question, he used to say? But I think he does an all right job, to be honest.
Do you ever deal with the mayor's advisors?
I try to stay out of their circuits, and they try to stay out of mine. Helga is an old friend, but the others, they're not my crowd.
How do you feel about Mayor Hermanubis?
He's smarter than people give him credit for. There's more to some folks than meets the eye, you know.
That's all. Hermanubis, more than meets the eye.
You know, when I decided that we should call ourselves human, I did that because it seemed like a powerful symbol of our continuity. But the truth is, and I'm ashamed to admit this, I thought we were better than them. I thought we understood the value of civilization, and we wouldn't repeat the same mistakes. But the simulation worked too well.
We're not just like them. We are them.
We really are.
But that doesn't have to be a bad thing, Athena. We may have the same flaws, but we also have all the potential they did. Everything that Alexandra Drennan saw in them is also in us.
I hope you're right. I really do.
We'll see if we can make this make sense. Also, is the person still out here? There you are. I saw you.
1K, listen, I wanted to ask you something. From your perspective, as someone who's still new to our society, do you think New Jerusalem betrayed Athena?
Betrayed. Betrayed feels wrong because it implies that the country needed to be loyal to Athena. So I reject the premise of the question. In a democracy, people are not obliged to support what their leader wants them to.
That's true, but she was more than a leader. She wasn't a politician like Herman. She gave everything she had for us.
Sure. That's just a different leader, though. Like a hero, but still a leader. At the end of the day, she's a person. I don't think it's a betrayal to not do exactly what she wants to do. I think that the betrayal, if anything, is the idea that that her legend, her myth, is used to do what she does not want us to do, seemingly. Like, the idea, she's used as like propaganda. Like, that's the betrayal, is that she's misrepresented instead of forgotten, which would almost be less insulting. Or less troubling, at least. I had another question. How do you feel about Mayor Hermanubis as a leader?
When I think about the state New Jerusalem is in, he's put us all in danger. I don't know if he really believes in the goal or if it's just a convenient myth, but I don't care. This is not how you build a living civilization.
Where do you think Cornelius is?
I don't know. I suspect he's around here somewhere, biding his time. But what he's waiting for, not a clue.
Do you think the goal is a myth?
Yes, of course it is.
What do you want to do with your future?
I'd like to help make New Jerusalem the city it was meant to be. And then I'd like to help build new cities. On Earth and up there too. Cities nobody's ever imagined before.
Why was it so easy for people to believe in the goal?
Because there's no effort involved. Building a better world means taking responsibility. It means making choices and living with their consequences. Surrendering to nature is just letting go.
I should get back to work.
We're so philosophical right now.
This does look like it's going to be where the puzzles get harder. Because I'm getting a little more stumped than I'm used to right now, which is to say at all to some extent, because it's actually been a pretty easy game. Which is weird, because I do specifically remember Talos Principle being difficult. So I've been really surprised by how smooth it's been so far. There's some of these levels where I'm just like, what do I fucking even do? What's even happening here? The goal megathread. I recognize that many citizens feel the need to discuss the visions experienced by 1K, which suggests that perhaps certain aspects of what we have hitherto believed about the founder and the goal may be inaccurate. However, given the controversy surrounding the subject matter, I will ask everyone to be particularly careful in how they express themselves. I think we have final and irrevocable proof that we've strayed from Athena's original vision. I agree, but I'd like to submit that even if that weren't the case, deliberately engineering an energy-poor future would still be a disastrous and misanthropic idea. How do we know any of this is real? Athena's voice is just Alexandra Drennan's. I could switch the same voice pack right now and record myself telling you the goal is the truth. Elvis makes a good point. Objective truth is not a concept that can be applied to the world we live in. Fine. Then we can just collectively decide to believe in something else, right? Doesn't even have to be Athena. Let's just believe in Byron's ideas instead. Byron's ideas are teleological fantasy. But if it's all arbitrary, what does it matter? I just don't buy the whole goal thing anymore. Byron was right. Doesn't matter what Athena believes. Honest question. Let's say the founder is a myth that was constructed around her. In that scenario, what do we owe Athena at the end of the day? An apology. Oh, Jesus. Gratitude, loyalty, nothing except what we owe each other. We should at least take our ideas seriously. An apology. Kind of all of those, except for loyalty. I'm not much for the idea that you need inherent loyalty for some reason just because someone came first or you mythologize them and so on. Gratitude for what they did. Taking her seriously, sure. Nothing except what we owe each other. That's kind of, or that's the other answers combined, essentially. If you think well of humanity and think that they do owe each other basic decency and gratitude and whatnot. An apology is just, aw. I just kind of want to pick it, honestly. An apology. Not an answer I expected, but you may be right. Perhaps it is as simple as that. Or, none of this matters because it's actually aliens. 420, Jacques. Thanks, buddy. My voices drift all over the place because it's genuinely impossible to keep so many characters straight as far as voices go. You would really just have to go and voice the game, like finish the whole thing, chronicle all of the characters, and then do all of their runs do all that character's lines in one run as a voice, and to keep them straight, then switch and go through them all, and then edit them all in, like you're editing a video essay or voicing a game. If what Prometheus revealed about the theory of everything is true, then it explains a lot of the patterns I've been finding. Almost every artificial structure on this island was printed into existence in some kind of energy-to-matter process, or maybe by different versions of that process, some earlier and some less effective. And I can only assume the megastructure itself was created by bootstrapping, having one machine make a bigger one, which probably means you could create a relatively small device that turns itself into a complete megastructure. Or you could make a machine that just deploys more and more of itself and builds something. A Sedina box? Depends on the power source, I guess. Yeah. It's got this, like, too far along in the process, like... Factorio vibe. It's like someone beat Factorio. But it's like, at some point, you can't have put all the pieces there yourself. You had to have taught something to do these things. Okay, how do you do this level? Oh, duh. I'm so trained to look for receptacles and lasers that I was like, these things don't match. How do I play the level? That doesn't make any sense. I get far enough back? Or on this thing? No? It's... nah. Oopsie. And at no point along this back wall... Oop. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, did I see that? You didn't do that, did you, game? I don't think it's real, or maybe not. I don't know. For just a second, I swear I saw. Oh, happen again. Ah! I double-clicked slightly. I'm sad. I think this is a mistake. I don't think this is an intended solution. Given that it's 1 pixel. It even goes through this wall slightly. There's 1 pixel where it happens. But yeah, I saw one spot where it did light up. Which is very funny. The goal is to get a blue beam in here. It's not high enough. Unless... Still not high enough. Well, I wanted it to be high enough. Oh. Got it. I don't care what you think. Do 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 do. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna have Daisuke to just sit this one out for a second. Thank you. Is it always powered? Can it not be? I guess if I can do that. But now I can't put that in. The way the boxes work can be very annoying. Oh, where am I? Oh, I knocked it out. Because this is just for that wall, right? I guess if I do this, then I can now put this here. And then if I connect this and this, maybe now it'll blow up into the... Oh, the whole thing went in the sky. You alright? Can I even power this anymore? Does it do anything? Listen, man. Not quite what I was going for, but okay. I guess I can still make this work if I run all the way over here. Nope, he didn't go far enough back. No. He never opens this door. Oh, that sucks. Aw, that sucks. I can't make you open this door because you have to power the thing in the first place to make it go all over the place. Although I guess I don't need the red laser actually, right? I can just use you as a second source to power this one. Oh, but it also has to be on this button. Fuck. Well, if we're doing all this, then I don't need the box, do I? If it works this way, which I did not, it's not how I thought this would work. I didn't, so, in case I didn't make this clear, oops. In case it was unclear, my, what the fuck? Let's reattach you, you weirdo. Okay, good enough. And use the box. And now you attach blue to there. Ta-da! And now we get it. Okay. I didn't finish my thought process. Okay, yeah. I didn't think that the hover thing would get fanned.
What impact do you think the megastructure will have on the future of this island?
It depends on what we do with it. Miranda used it to spread light, to make things better. We can do the same.
And yet, poor Miranda lost her own life doing so.
She just made a mistake. 1K was right. She was lonely. She wanted to speed up the process, get to New Jerusalem. we can be more careful.
What I was trying to say is that when I first set up the whole situation, I didn't think that the hover thing was going to be pushed by the fan like that. So I was trying to make the box be on top of the fan with the laser on top of that. And then I was hoping that it would deliver... the box and laser to the fan, and then they would fly up in the sky and then connect everything, and then the platform would then move away, because I had other plans for that. So I did improvise a bit when that happened. Also, just very goofy solution, because I definitely found a weird pixel that makes some nonsense happen. So feel free to report that to the developers, so that people in the future can look at my solution and complain that they can't do it because they fixed it. That'll be funny. Hello. From Aurenia. Athena, I know that we didn't have the greatest relationship, and I frequently antagonized you. The truth is, I resented you. Resented this mythology of the Founder. I thought you had created it deliberately, as a way of controlling us. I wanted so badly to be free, and you seemed to stand in the way of that. Only after you left and the cult of personality grew even wilder did I realize that it was actually a burden and an impediment to you. When they turned your myth into the opposite and everything you actually believed, started tearing down your dreams in your own name, I realized I'd wronged you. And now I'm less free than ever. I feel the walls crushing me. I don't know where you are or what you're doing. I don't know if coming back would fix things, but I'm sorry. Atlas and Layden. After 1 billion years, when Atlas had grown old and tired of holding up the world, he was faced with a dilemma. Heracles, the son of Zeus, was on his way to the garden of the Hesperides to claim the golden apples, which were guarded by the dragon Layden. Zeus came to Atlas and promised that if Atlas helped Heracles slay the dragon, Zeus would free Atlas from his burden. But Atlas, seeing the beauty and innocence of Layden, beloved of the Hesperides, could not slay the beast. Instead, he stole the apples and gave them to Heracles, so he was condemned to bear the weight of the cosmos for another 1 billion years. But though Atlas grieved for his freedom, he was comforted by watching Layden flourish in the verdant garden. If anything, it's like these people are increasingly... Like, these tragic figures that get punished by Zeus and whatnot, they're often, like, heroic, because they're rebelling against this cruelty that they're being asked to do, and then they're just being punished eternally for having values. Go figure. Wild Fragment, Oscar Wilde. Joy and beauty from the soul of man. Sympathy with pain there will, of course, always be. It is one of the first instincts of man. The animals, which are individual, the higher animals, that is to say, share it with us. But it must be remembered that while sympathy and joy intensifies the sum of joy in the world, sympathy with pain does not really diminish the amount of pain. It may make man better able to endure evil, but the evil remains. Sympathy with consumption does not cure consumption. That is what science does. Christ made no attempt to reconstruct society, and consequentially, the individualism that he preached to man could be realized only through pain or in solitude. The ideals that we owe to Christ are the ideals of the man who abandons society entirely. Or so the man who resists society, absolutely. But man is naturally social. Even the Thebaid, which became peopled are at last. I don't know what the word is. And though the Cenobite realizes his personality, it is often an impoverished personality that he so realizes. Shallow speakers and shallow thinkers in pulpits and on platforms often talk about the world's worship of pleasure and whine against it, but it is rarely in the world's history that its ideal has been one of joy and beauty. When you tell people that a society could be built on the ideals of joy and beauty, they think you're a utopian fantasist. If you tell them the society will always be built on exploration and greed, they think you're wise. And so they make the outcome inevitable. Performative cynicism has always been the hallmark of adolescence. But has there ever been a society of adults? Can there ever be one? Why is this childishness so extremely powerful? More powerful than joy and beauty? Thought I saw multiple ghosts, but it's just the door to that one down there. There's a point there. It's easy to be very smugly secure in cynicism, because it's a thought process that itself makes itself, it just comes across as being more secure. Let's see, is this oop, that's the new puzzle here. Thought I should pick this up before I walk by. How do I put this? Negative thought is easier to be more smug in general. Be it cynicism about fate, about humanity's nature, or even just like negative opinions about things. Like when I think about like video essays and media analysis, it's so much easier to sound like the smart, cool guy if you just say negative things about everything all the time. In fact, one of the frustrating ways to sound like you're an intellectual with taste and strong opinions and you're discerning is to just say that things suck and are overrated in various ways. Like one of Stephanie's stories about a date that she got mad at was somebody going off about how the Beatles are overrated and not actually that good and so on, and she's like, all right, well, this date's over, basically. Like, she was immediately done with this person trying to sound like they're smarter than the Beatles. It's like, come on, man. But it's like a reflex for people that want to sound interesting is to be negative. And that's a thing that I go back and forth on, because like when I'm doing analysis of something, it's easier to make a negative video about anything basically than it is to make a positive video about something. And so like my Monster Hunter video was my easiest video essay to make, because it was just like, hey, this thing's dumb. Here's the 500 reasons it's dumb. I just have to watch it in linear order and just point out all the dumb things, and it's not that hard. But it's actually like really stressful and time consuming and difficult to make. Not only to be positive about a thing, but also defend it at length in front of people that will inevitably just be like, nah, it's bad. And that'll be their response. And then you'll just feel dumb for liking the thing if you take other people's opinions too seriously and so on. And it's like, it can be surprisingly hard and a little bit brave to like insist that something's good when inevitably people are going to look down on that stupid opinion, whereas like, it's just so much easier to just not be attached to something. Because when you like something, you're attaching yourself to it. So it kind of hurts more for people to push back against that, essentially, and disagree with that. And it's also just harder to find, because like, it takes work to find the good in something in a way, and takes very little effort to dismiss something. And a similar approach happens to optimism and so on. Like there's a similar concept there, and a similar dynamic there to unpack. But anyway, I'm walking around awkwardly because there's like multiple things to get.
Hey, can we talk for a second?
Of course.
I'm still struggling. I was really hoping we'd find Miranda alive. Her way of seeing the world was so inspiring. And the idea that I can never get to know her, that she's gone.
I'm sorry.
I guess I've never really been good at dealing with death. Maybe because it's so rare in New Jerusalem. Except for pets, and even in that case, I find it very hard to deal with. I still miss my first cat, and it's been over a century since she died.
I've never had to deal with death, but I imagine it's hard.
When someone dies, it's this void. I know I should just let it go, but some part of me refuses. And I feel like that part, it hurts me, but it also keeps me human. And I know it would be healthier if I said, okay, Miranda is someone I never met. She's just a bunch of glitchy old files. But if I do that, as rational as it seems, it feels like I'm surrendering something that matters.
You can let go of the pain, but still care about the person.
I hope so. I can't right now, but maybe I can get there somehow. Anyway, thanks for talking to me, 1K.
You're welcome, but I wanted to ask you something else.
Of course, go ahead.
What do you think of Mayor Hermanubis?
I think he's done his best. I don't disrespect him, but I'm not sure he's leading us down the right path. Despite everything that's gone wrong here, I'm not sure we should just reject what the megastructure has to offer.
Do you ever think about your future?
On the one hand, there's so much we could do with the theory of everything. So many lives I could live. I have enough ideas for the next, 20,000 years, easily. And that's just from 5 minutes of thinking about it. On the other hand, Miranda's gone. So much hope, so much grief. I don't know how to balance that.
There's no follow-up, that's brutal. How's Bruce?
I hear he escaped Pellegrino and peed all over Melville's workshop, so apparently he's doing great. I miss him though. I always feel like the fact that he likes me is a huge compliment. Lifts me up somehow.
Do you think the gold is just a myth?
Honestly, I'm not sure how I couldn't see it more clearly before. It doesn't match anything Alexander Drennan believed in, and continuing Drennan's legacy was Athena's whole point.
Now that you've solved a puzzle, would you like to try another one?
Nope, but at least I finally understand why Athena wanted to get out of the simulation so badly.
Tell me something irrelevant.
In the ancient year 1969, a band called Mellow Macaron wrote a psychedelic rock song about the Talos Principle. It's called Cretan Bronze Man's Flying Mystery Adventure.
Nice.
I don't know if it's nice, but it's definitely the most understandable song on the album. There's another one which is called The Fish People Will Teach You How to Sing, Mr. Allen, which is 20 minutes long and was recorded underwater.
Is that real? Is it any good?
I think you need psychedelics to enjoy it, really. Maybe if you stick your head inside a really large magnet.
That's all. Maybe you stick your head inside a really large magnet. Right, because they're robots. They can't take psychedelics. Hello. I don't know why I'm worried about losing track of you if you're right in front of 6, but whoops.
Father, what is my purpose? Do I have a purpose? Mother says purpose is something we choose, but I feel like there's something there. Something that's been there from the moment I was born. Maybe even before.
Well, there are many ways of looking at this, and everyone's experience is different, so you'll have to make up your own mind. But I have a little theory, if you'd like to humor your old man.
Of course. What is it?
The universe is eternal, but it's always lost in a deep, dreamless sleep. You are a tiny little bit of the universe that's suddenly woken up, and you've realized that being awake is better than being asleep. And that gives you a purpose.
And what is my purpose?
To be, Miranda. Just to be.
My goal is to get over this wall, maybe? Is this fan? And it only powers on when it's this thing here, okay. It only powers on when this beam is broken. I'm not sure that I can just do this either. Is it ever open long enough? No. This connection isn't there for nearly long enough. What am I supposed to do with that then? How do I maintain the connection for the correct amount of time? Make it taller? Not sure if that's the answer either. But this being the way it is, you can't put anything in here. Your purpose is merely to be. You're part of the universe that woke up and realizes that it's better off staying that way. It's like a variation of the idea that conscious creatures are the means through which the universe observes itself. Which I think I heard that one from the Vlogbrothers, but I don't remember if they were quoting something. And I should probably check, because that might make its way into a script. Okay, so this thingy... Oh, I'm so smart! Oh, I love being smart. Ah, I'm genius. Okay, yes, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, 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 I get it. Bloop. The thing is that I want... Because it going back and forth is bad, it doesn't maintain a connection long enough. But if I put it behind this thing, it'll break the connection. Yeah. The platform goes and it gets in its way and breaks the connection every time it passes by. Every time it passes by.
Probably.
I wasn't paying attention, but good job, buddy. Ah. It's such an inherently interesting idea to have a setup like this where you're playing a single-player game, and there's often this element in these stories of like separation between the narrative and the gameplay, or even like, hello. Is that the thing for Prometheus? Or there's an element of like checking back in on the other characters afterwards and so on. Like there's like It's just usually things don't quite work this way. Where how do I get up there? Must be a fan I can use. I don't know. I don't know how to formulate my thought about how it normally is necessarily, but it's unusual the way this game is set up, and it's interesting for doing that. The fact that everyone in the entire setting, every living character, as far as we know, that in the entire world that we know about, except for maybe Athena and Cornelius, that are probably out there somewhere, maybe, and whatever you call all the AI characters, but they don't seem to be thinking people, the Prometheus and whatnot. Everyone's watching all the time, so you aren't just having a solo experience. Admittedly, there's not a lot to comment on when it's like, wow, you sure made that thing go that place. Like, the characters you're with have some thoughts about, like, why are they making us solve puzzles again? This is like the simulation. What does that mean? But it is really interesting that when you have revelations, that just instantly everyone knows. Everyone that you're with saw, and the entire society back at home saw, and they're all debating it. Like, I really love that element of the game, just because it's a very cool way to have very immediate feedback, and also just have this huge chorus of people that are all talking about it. It's the first blue platform so far. Hello. What happens when you go... oh, it goes that way. Okay. Okay, let's try something. What happens when this thing goes through the thingy, but it's got the thingy on it? It does... okay, it doesn't go. Good to know. Bonk. Fan. Fan, but why? Why both of these colors? Alright, well, let's clear the points at that, but what is that? What? What? Okay, let's go. I wonder what role that fan is gonna play in the level? I assume it's not just here purely for Prometheus's spark thingy, or whatever it's called. That'd be a little weird.
Here we go. Yeah. Woohoo.
Don't go up there. Don't go up there. Rude. No, I gotta run all the way back here. And then run a... oop. Can I hop on over here? What the fuck? Why'd the floor act like that? No, the music's dead. Okay, so I didn't have to go all the way back to the building. I've never walked on this rail before. Hope nobody mortars me. Yeah, I assume that there will be like some use for having a laser be high up, as is often the case, to justify jumping up there, and they just, in the moment, they're like, that'd be a fun place to put the thingy, and just kind of got that going. Why not? Yep. Didn't notice it going up. Confused myself a little bit. Whoops. Ta-da! I got a star.
Great works have been accomplished by those who believed in humankind, but greater things than these may yet be accomplished by those who uphold the faith.
I'm definitely thinking that some variation of bad's gonna happen because I'm sure that Prometheus isn't gonna be like an unalloyed good, and so the fact that Athena made such a kind of scary base. The fact that she made a relatively scary place that's just so big and so out there does make me wonder if there's going to be a cautionary tale element coming back here of like why we should be worried about this thing becoming what it is. And that might be where the narrative's going a bit, because they do keep positing it as a debate. And so having it be one-sided and just agreeing with me and being like, no, you should pursue knowledge and you might as well develop stuff, and you just gotta actually be conscientious and have a plan and not just recklessly ruin the world the way we do in real life. Do what we know we should be doing instead of what we are doing in real life. And like there's things like there are things that I wish weren't invented, and especially not developed after they were invented, like the nuclear bomb. There's us having world-ending weapons and so on is not a happy thing to have looming all the time. Ta-da! But I don't think that technological progress is some kind of evil inherently. Why you no go? What's wrong? Dun 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 dun. Uh-oh. I think I want the blue to go first. No, the red has to go first, maybe. No. Yes. So it wasn't high enough. It got stuck on the fence. So if both platforms were there, it would be going high enough to shoot over the thing. But this guy can't leave this room. Only that guy can. Which is a problem, because that means only this one can go on top of the platforms, and that one can't go on the... So one of them can't go inside the platforms, and the one that can't go on the platforms is the one that's with the red one. It can't see the blue source. So when I put this on top of this, I lose the ability to move the blue one anymore. But we knew this was going to happen. So I do need to be able to put it on top and then attach it to the blue, and then also attach it to that one over there. Did not mean to attach that. I feel like that might cause a problem. Okay, so I think I have figured it out. I think I might have been inventing problems that don't exist. We'll see. Let's just get this over there first. Which I do by putting it on this side so it doesn't get blocked constantly. There we go. Yeah, ultimately, I thought I was seeing a complication, but I think it's ultimately not that big of a deal. I just need to bring you over here, put you directly on top of the fan. Then I put you... I just broke the connection. Put you on here, flip the switch, now you're up there. And now I can turn the red one back on and you'll go under the other one and push it up. And then... Stop it! A minor annoyance with these things is that if you click at them when you're near them, it puts it on top of it instead of attaching the laser to it, which keeps causing little problems for me. Okay, now it should come up underneath this guy, pushing it higher, and therefore causing the laser to clear the fence. Okay. So just so we're clear, I basically saw this solution immediately once I had successfully... Once I came back and saw it being this mess of them stacked like that, and then I then later made the blue beam, but then it didn't connect. I was like, okay, I get it. But then I thought I saw a mess that I had to untangle. And then I realized that I was making it up. Ha 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 ha. I'm good at video games.
I was looking at your research log, and I was rather perplexed by the latest upload.
Oh, Melville strikes again.
Is that your foot, Melville?
Yes. Do you want to see it up close? Although you won't be able to fully enjoy it as you don't have a rear camera.
Sorry, Mayor. Melville just has a unique way of taking pictures.
Next time you're getting an upgrade, you coot. I'm installing a mute button.
Yep, that's their foot. What a strange, weird, blurry picture. These things must be connected to Noima's system. Maybe I should dig one up, see how it works. That is just her foot. You don't have a rear view mirror. Right, so she's gonna shove the foot up your ass. Get it?